Alrighty, hi everybody, how's it going? 01 of 1 here. I am gonna do a shorter video today, at least I think it's gonna be shorter, we'll see how it actually goes. Yeah, we're just gonna go and do some things. Also, I did some updates here, so we do have a reactor room now. So if we go into here, we will have 4 reactors, small reactors, but they're also tier 3. So should give us 27.5, so 110 megawatts of total power. And the reason why I decided to go with these is because while I was going out and cleaning up the mountainside again, like I have to do because all of the drones keep coming through and leaving their debris everywhere, and I think all that floating, debris and all the scrap and all the other things that fall off of there, I think they actually slow everything down. So it's just something that I have to do. So when I was going through on the other side of the mountain, because of that one drone in the last video that went off that way, I wanted to pick up all the scrap that it kind of left behind. But once I got over to kind of like the far side of the mountain, like beyond this slope here, and like, I know you can't really see it here, but there's like a valley in between these two. And so it went down kind of over in that direction, and so I just kind of went over there and just kind of, swept along the side with the Expedition, which is my little ship here. Well, not little, but, well, I mean, I suppose relatively it's little. But yeah, so I went through there, picked up a bunch of stuff, and then while I was over there, I happened to find a meteor impact that was 100% ore. And it just happened to be uranium. So I got like 30,000 uranium out of that one meteor impact. And like that's the same thing that kind of happened like up there. I don't know if I can see it, but one of these things up here is like, it was like a mixture of different elements. So I think it was cobalt, gold, ice, and potassium. But the thing is like the entire like crater impact area was like just solid ore. Like there wasn't any stone in there. So I was able to pull a decent amount of gold and ice out of that one. And then there's another one up there. And I think you can kind of see that one. It's the little blue tint that you got up there. And that one, I think, was magnesium, cobalt, and ice. But once again, that one was a solid ore impact as well. Now, I wasn't aware that, meteor impacts could be solid ore like that, but apparently they can. So I've only found that one there and that one there, and then all these other ones, which is like hundreds. They're just regular old stone impacts. So it's not like the most common thing in the world, but I did find over there on the side of the mountain, like 100% pure uranium, which was, no, it wasn't pure uranium. It had a little tiny bit of iron in there. But yeah, so I got all of that out of there. And it was amazing. So I now have a lot of uranium, and that's why I built the reactors, because now I can potentially power this thing and eventually the shield when I get to that point with uranium. So let's take a look at how much I was able to get. So we've got 4.96 processed here, 548 processed here. So we have a lot, and I mean a lot of uranium. And then this is still trying to process another 18.7 thousand. So we're gonna have a lot of uranium. So I'm very, very happy about that. We still have a decent amount of cobalt. Our gold is running a little low. I might have to do another gold run for that. Nickel is good. Silver is decent. Magnesium I will probably need some more of eventually, but 543 is a lot. So I'm not too worried about that. We still have a ridiculous amount of iron. Like there's 1 million there and almost 2 million there. So we're at almost, yeah, it's crazy. And then we have all of this gravel, and that's from when I redid the mine here. And I redid the actual mining thing and put in this guy. And it isn't mining right now because we have too much materials right now. So while it could still technically keep on mining down there, I'm going to let it be for now until we can actually start using up some of this stuff. And then what else? I put in another 2 gravel sifters, or maybe that one was already here, but I did add this one. And then these are also all yield module tier 3, no, tier 4, sorry, tier 4. So I've got 3 of these things running at all times, so they're going through and trying to chew through all of that gravel because we have a ridiculous amount of it. Yeah, so the only thing that I need now is platinum. Now you can kind of see it over there. I redid my ship. I basically scrapped the whole thing and then rebuilt it. And that's because I didn't like the way that it looked. It was very, I don't know, blocky. So I decided to go with this kind of a build instead. And this has a couple of, what are those called, like nacelles or something? So it's got hydrogen tanks out here. They are protected on 3 sides with glass here. It's not a lot of protection, but I'm just hoping that if I'm going to get shot at anything, it's going to get shot in the middle here and not at the tanks. So hopefully that will be somewhat safe. So I've got a large hydrogen thruster here, large hydrogen thruster here, and then the same thing on the other side. So I have 2 large hydrogen thrusters going towards the back, and I have 2 going towards the front. The side-to-side thrusters are here. So I've got 5 left and 5 right, which should be, you know, more than enough. And then if we hop up here, okay, we have another 5, oh, sorry, 10 up here. Okay, so 2, 3, 3, and then 2. We have our ore detector. We have our little miner thing here. We have a spotlight because, you know, useful. We also have a little tiny bit of defense. That's not going to do much. If a big drone comes after me, I'm just going to die in that case. And then also we have under here all of these. Now this is for dealing with the gravity. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Just 9? I thought I had 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay. So I just can't count apparently. So I have 10 on each side. So I have 10 over here. I have another 10 over here. So I have 20 small thrusters, all pointing downwards. So that should give us more than enough thrust. I also tested the load-bearing capacity of this guy. I had to fill up the hydrogen, so I went in, I mined some ice, and I filled this thing up nearly all the way. And we have these right here, which is tier 3 cargo containers, but they're the medium ones. They can each store 8,000, so you have 4 of those, and it's 34,400 liters, which is more than a single large cargo container can hold. And I think that's only like 15. So this is technically like having 2 large base tier, you know, large cargo containers. And they're also a 3x3x3, which means that you can actually plug them into things in here. I have 3 tier 3 reactors. They're off right now. They're just there to, you know, power things or recharge the batteries if I need to. I have 6 gyros, so I have 2 here, I have 2 here, and then I also have 1 here, and then another one under here. And so that gives me some decent control over this. This is a heavy ship, but I've got enough to kind of handle all that. I've got a couple of seats here, a couple of vents. Then I have my daily needs stuff here, so food resequencer over here, water recycler over here, and then I have 3 of the enclosed hydroponic farms. And then I kind of did like a recessed kind of cockpit. So I've got these are decorational technically, but they're also still useful. So that's why I have these here, and then I can put in 3 more scripts if I need to. It's got a nice wide viewing area. So as you can see, like if you're looking around in here, I was thinking about putting something in here, like something decorative, but I don't like. I don't know, like if we had like a fire extinguisher, right? Like I would put one of those in there, and that would just be like a really good way to, you know, just reach over there, grab it, put out the fire, wherever it needs to be. We have some windows up there, windows on either side, big window in the middle. And yeah, so this is actually the connector here. So that's actually the bottom of the ship. So this is and then this is the top of the ship technically. So this is a very, very compact ship vertically. And it's kind of just spaced out really, really well. So I actually really like this design. Yeah, so, and then I have these little feet. So these are the, what do you call them? Yeah, the heavy armor blocks. So I've got these here with mag plates on the bottom. Couple of lights, red lights back there, green lights up here. Connector there. So, and then this is just literally just like one floor. And so that's kind of what this looks like. These are held on by this branch here and this branch here. And that's also how we get the cargo stuff out there. So I'm actually fairly happy with this design. Yeah. So I'm probably going to keep this one for a while. And actually I should probably, what's it called? Blueprint it. Yeah. So I need to blueprint this and keep that. And I should probably also blueprint this guy because this is actually kind of a cool looking little ship. This is my little mini miner, I guess. So very cool. And then I should probably blueprint this as well. I'm having a really hard time talking for some reason. I should probably blueprint this as well because that's super useful. Just so many things. But for white right now, we need platinum, and we need a lot of it because we're still working on our shield. Ooh, and I can show you that too as long as I'm over here. Hopefully we don't get any drones. And actually I'll take this way down. And then I also went through and fixed the windows, at least the ones on this side. I haven't checked the ones on the other side yet. But so yeah, so these are all fixed. And then I also fixed the ones over here. So these are all fixed. I didn't finish building this up there. I'm kind of hesitant about rebuilding up there because what happens if another drone comes through and just destroys it again, and it's just like, you know what I mean? So if we go through here into the hangar that honestly I haven't really had a chance to use yet, you'll notice that there are some doors here. And only this side is fixed right now, and you're not supposed to have any atmosphere in there. But if we go here, drop off, you can see that we have a little catwalk down here along with a wall that wasn't here before. And this is where our shield generator is going to go. And then we have a nice little kind of walking section to go around here. And then I'm going to repeat this over here on this side. As you can see right now, it doesn't have anything. But the ladder up and then going in and around and then over to the door is going to be the same over here as it is over there. I also put in some tier 4 wind turbines. I think there's 6 of them down there for some extra generation. Oh, and these are spaced 5 apart. So I think they give decent. I mean, I think the max is like 800 kilowatts, and we're putting out like a third of that, so maybe it's not that great. I don't know. But anyways, that's kind of like the updates that I've done so far on here. So now I guess we just need to go and get some platinum. And then I'll take this stairway up just because then I don't have to go through any more doors. And we'll just run back this way. Yeah, so nothing really new here. I did have another drone come through here, and it did take out... it actually didn't do too much damage, honestly. It took out a bunch of these here, and I think 1 or 2 of the blocks. So I replaced all this, and it was just like, I think a missile hit like right in here or something. So it took out all of the windows from here to, I think, here. Luckily, it didn't take out the piston, which is great. And then it took out a couple of blocks in here too. So I just replaced those. I was just happy. Oh, and it blew off this thing. So the B, I think it blew that off too. So easy enough to replace. Not too worried about that. I haven't had a chance to work on that elevator down there yet. That is on the schedule. So once I get platinum and get shields and all that other fun stuff, we'll start seeing kind of what we can do here. Sounds like the trash is being collected now, so it's about on time. Okay, so yeah, let's head up into space. And like I said, I did already test this with ice to see if it could handle, you know, basically being fully loaded. It wasn't all the way loaded. I think it was like 3/4 of the way loaded, but I still had, I had really good, you know, movement, I guess, with it being 3/4 of the way loaded. So, you know, I think it'll be fine. So, so let's turn on these, turn on that, and then hop out of here. And then, as long as I'm here, I want to do a blueprint. So Control B. There we go. And then I want to rename this. What would be a good name for this ship? I mean, right now I just have it labeled as interplanetary ship because that's basically what it is. How about the Mud Skipper? Mud Skipper. And the reason why I'm calling this the Mud Skipper is because this is technically a big ball of mud, the planet, and this allows me to skip between planets, so, you know, Mud Skipper. Okay. And then I do have a little bit of ice left, I believe. Maybe I don't. I thought I did. Yeah, I have 1,000 ice left. But I have 2 tanks now, so that should be more than enough to handle all of that. Oh, that's what happened to all of my ice. This guy went and processed it all. Okay. I was going to say, because I still had like a quarter of a bar of, you know, like the bar down here. So it was like up to here, like full of ice, and now it's like all the way down to here. So, yeah. And then we have 7 hours of battery life. If I turn those on, I have 20 hours. And by those, I meant the reactors. So the reactor's on now. And then this is just kind of like a view of the ship. So I had the nose of this thing built differently at first. It was kind of more blocky, I guess, but then I realized that it didn't really fit with the aesthetic of the ship, because you see how the sides are all like nice and curved and everything, and then like I had this blocky front and it just didn't fit. So I decided to redo it and then just kind of round it off a little bit. And it actually turned out really, really well. I had to get a little creative with the block use in here. And then also I forgot batteries in here. So those little pieces of the corner, so right here and right here, this is actually the battery in there. So I've got 2 batteries in here. And yeah, so that's kind of what I got going on. It works really, really well. It handles pretty well. I had 4 gyros in here at first, and it was a little stiff, but now, you know, it's decent. And like I said, this thing is very heavy. And then, like, my favorite part of this is the bottom. I mean, that just looks cool. And then also, it can fit on my standard small grid ship, you know, connectors. So with the merge block and the connector right next to each other. So in case I need that. And then also the magnets on the bottom, in case, you know, I need to actually lock down to something, which will then, you know, basically act as turning off the thrusters, but then also allowing me to take off real quick too, in case I need to. So now that I'm wasting a lot of hydrogen, we're just gonna take off. Okay, and then turned off the dampeners so I can try to use a little less hydrogen. And we're going to be at this for a while. We have to go up to, what is it, 40 kilometers? So it's going to take a little while. But like I said, we should have enough hydrogen to make the trip. Although I am a little worried now that I'm seeing how quickly it's going down. But we are starting to lose gravity, so that means we'll be slowly losing less speed as we go. And then I'm just trying to keep it between 90 and 100. My speed anyways. So we're doing pretty good so far. 83, so we've used up like 10% of the hydrogen just kind of showing you the ship, which is kind of ridiculous. But when I had a lot of ice in here and I was just hovering, it seemed like I wasn't actually using or losing any hydrogen, so it was like it was being replenished as quickly as I was using it. I'm not sure if that's quite the case, but I mean, And then once I'm going down, I mean, that's not going to use up much hydrogen at all because I'm just going to free fall. So, I mean, I should be fine. Should, anyways. We're at a little under half planetary gravity, which is really, really good. And we're up at 11 kilometers so far. So we still have a long way to go. But luckily, the gravity does drop off pretty quickly. And then also being up in the mountains, I'm already pretty high up in altitude. So it's a lot easier to leave a planet if you're up on the top of a very tall mountain. See, so we're lost about 21% hydrogen so far, but I think we're going to be okay. And then if I want to, I can always tip myself up and then just use the large thrusters. Yeah, we've got another 23 kilometers before we get to the edge of the gravity well, so we're going to be here a little while. Oh, and also, drink of the day is a raspberry iced tea that I made myself. And it's made using black tea, which is delicious, by the way. And that's usually what like the standard tea that most people drink is black tea. That's also kind of like what they sell in the stores, I believe, is also black tea. Okay, so now we're at 23%, 22% gravity, which is good. We're about halfway there, so a little over halfway there now. But yeah, we're using a lot less hydrogen now, which is awesome. And then the reactor is keeping ourselves charged, which is really good. And then let's see, so the platinum is 32 kilometers away from where I am currently. But I am going to keep on going straight up so that way I can leave the gravity well by the shortest distance. And then once I'm out in zero grav, then I can go and change and alter my course and do all that other fun stuff. And then there is that pirate base that's out here. It's not showing up yet. I don't think I'm close enough. Oh, speaking of, there is also a beacon on here. And I need to change the range of that. Beacon. Or did I already change it? Well, we'll put it down to just 1 kilometer. Hopefully that'll be fine. About 12 kilometers left to go. So that's about, I don't know, 2 minutes. A little over 2 minutes. But yeah, I mean, overall, I really like the look of this ship. And, I mean, it does use a lot of hydrogen. So I'm not too thrilled about that. But, I mean, it's got more than enough thrust. And plus, it can carry a lot. I maybe could have made this a little bit more economical if I had gone with maybe a simpler design. Not so much of the extra blocks in here. But, I mean, I think a lot of the weight, though, is all of the armored conveyors. And that's like all of these through here and through there. Because they are heavy, because they are armored. And I think all but 2 of the conveyor blocks are the armored blocks. So it just adds a lot of weight. But it also gives it a little bit more strength and structure and rigidity. So I kind of like that. And we are about 6 kilometers until we reach the end of the gravity well, which is good. And we used about 25% hydrogen just to get up here, which means we'll be using even less to get down, which is great. And yeah, I just want to make sure there isn't any kind of an asteroid that popped in directly above me? I don't think so. But yeah. And then something else that I could potentially do is build a sort of space elevator, not all the way out of the gravity well, but at least to the point to where you actually start losing gravity a lot faster. And we're gonna hit the edge of the gravity well very quickly. And we should be closing in right there. Okay. So we are now out of planetary gravity. So we're just going to slow ourselves down a little bit. And then I'll use the front thrusters to kind of slow us down really quickly. All right. So now we have to go, let me see. This way? Okay. That way. And then we'll give this thing, actually, hold on, before I do that. Okay, so also another thing that I have in here is a survival kit. So it's not the full med bay. I believe that's, you know, large grid only. But with this ship and just the storage that it has, I mean, I could technically build out in space using just this ship as a starter. So it's pretty cool. The tea really is good. Yeah. So, and then also it pressurizes in here, and then it depressurizes through here. So this is kind of like a depressurization chamber. So that way I'm not actually wasting any of my oxygen trying to go in and out. So that's good. Yeah, so as you can see, it is freezing here. There is no oxygen, but then as soon as you go into here, then we warm up and we get oxygen. And then we're good to go. So it works out very, very well. I'm going to turn off the dampeners and we're going to shoot forward and see how fast we can move. So it's not the fastest acceleration in the world, but it is decent. There we go, maxed out. And all said and done, getting us just to this point only used up 27% hydrogen, which is pretty good. At least I think that's pretty good. And then because I have the tier 3 oxygen generator on the ship, it should, well, once I, actually, do I have any ice left? Let me check. I don't. Okay, so we used up all the rest of the ice. That was like 1,000 ice. And then we do have a little bit of extra stuff in here, which we probably don't need in here. But that's fine. And then we still have a lot of this left, so I'm going to move 0.5 into there, 0.5 into there. That way I can get all three of these things kind of working all at the same time. And then so long as the batteries are pretty much near the top of their fill rate or whatever, we're not actually going to be using any uranium. So the only time the uranium is actually going to be used is when it's recharging. So as long as we stay roughly topped off, we should be fine. And then I'm not seeing that's the pirate base out here, so maybe it got despawned or maybe it exploded or something. I don't know. But yeah, so we're heading over here. And then that pirate base was like over here somewhere. I remember that I could see it, but I don't see anything here now. Except for, you know, asteroids, obviously. But it was kind of like out in the middle of the asteroids. It wasn't kind of in one. So I don't know. Maybe it'll pop back in. Maybe it won't. Who knows? But yeah. So all we got to do is slow ourselves down once we get over here. And yeah, mine ourselves some platinum. And then bring it back down to the planet. Okay, so deceleration should take about the same amount of time as the acceleration, so we should be fine. If we slow down, probably here-ish. All right. But yeah, I kind of like the way that this thing looks. You know, it's just very wide. It just, like, when you're looking at it, it just kind of makes you think of like stability and stuff. Like, this looks very, very stable. Okay, and there is our little platinum pit. Okay, so we are here. 90 meters away still, though. There we go. Now we can see it. Okay, so let's turn on the range. So we need to get the platinum within that box. And then I think that is close. Maybe here. Roughly there. Maybe drop it down a little bit. And then I just saw a red thing flash, so that's got to be a pirate wreck out there somewhere. We'll move up a little bit, probably about right there. And then we just turn on the miner. And we wait. So this is sort of a much more cheaty way of mining. But, you know, if we have the technology, right? And then another thing that I want to put on here as soon as I get a chance is a shield generator, if I can, because I definitely want to keep this ship somewhat protected. And then maybe I'll upgrade it in the future, who knows. But yeah, and that's just going to keep doing its thing. And there's a lot of platinum here. So I don't even know if we're probably still not going to be able to mine all of this out of here. Let's see, what do we have in here? Okay, so we'll put that in there. It's not turned on right now. That's probably for good reason. And then I do have some food in here. So I'll grab some more here. And then tofu. Is that full? Oh, that's the water. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of this water. And these things are all full too. And they need gravel in order to work. So yeah, breaking down all of that ice was a terrible idea. I suppose all of these are full. No, this one's not quite full. I mean, I suppose I could put it down here. No, that's full too. But yeah, so this is where all of my ice went. It went into making drinking water, which I now have way too much of. Is there anything that I can make with it? Yeah, so I'm just calling everything interplanetary ship, because I don't know what I want to call it. Okay, so that uses 33 to make 1 hot chocolate. But yeah, this is like one of the, oh, and we have coffee. But these all use algae soy, and these are both basically the same. So this is why I always tend to keep these on separate grids. In like my other bases. So you know how I always put them on like a large rotor with a small head, and then I kind of build, you know, like a little thing of this, and I make sure that everything is disconnected. And that's because of the water recycler and any ice that I might have stored in the system. Like this will keep on chugging through stuff until there's nothing more to chug. So something to keep in mind, because now I have way too much water. No idea what I'm going to do with it all. And I can't even really do anything with all of this. I will take the gravel though and try to put some of that in here. Have that just make some more algae soy product. And then I'll take this guy out. And then we'll put some of that into here. Have that continue making algae soy product. Let's see. Do I have any more gravel in here? I do. So I'll take that out as well. And I'll put this into here. So that way that can continue making. And then I have more gravel in the survival kit. And technically I could break down the stone too. So if I go into the survival kit and I make, not concrete, but maybe a few of those. Apparently you can make concrete if you have the concrete mod. That requires stone. I thought I had stone. Or maybe it already went through the stone? No, I have stone. It's right there. Oh, I need 100 stone in order for it to do anything. Okay, so that's fine. So 19,000 platinum in here so far, 22,000 in there. Working on 67 there. Uranium still looking pretty good. 18.4 thousand there. And then I don't even think we're getting close to being filled up. But you can see there's still a lot of platinum left in there. So that's doing pretty good. And then also to show you once again with the drill, if you have this, the drill and fill system mod, I think the same people that make the build and repair mod also made this mod. And that's why they both come in the same dummy industries tab or whatever in the G menu. So when you're going into here, you've got 3 different modes, right? So you have collect mode, which means that you determine what you want to actually take out of an area. You have drill mode, which takes everything out of the area, regardless of anything you have set here. And then you have fill mode, which will fill in the area, once again, regardless of what you have set down here. Wait, no, I take that back. I think the fill mode will fill in whatever you have selected. Not sure exactly how that works, but meh. I use the collect mode because I don't want to just mine everything out. I want to be very, very specific. So here I have ice and platinum, and that's the only thing that I have selected in here. So this is kind of like my little mini miner and the expedition ship. They all use this same system too. And for those ones, I also have titanium, uranium, and gold selected. So that way I can go through the meteor impact sites and just pull out the rare stuff, because that's kind of what I need more than anything. But yeah, so we are just about full. And then I want to see how much platinum we have. So 19,000, that's going to be what, 42,000, 59,000. It's what, 82,000? 82,000 platinum? It's a lot of platinum. Okay, so I think we'll be good here. So I'm going to turn this off. And then we still have a decent amount of platinum left that we can get. And that's it's like a whole other load right there. So we're going to have a lot of platinum. Yeah, and that was a mayday over there. Okay, so now all we need to do is head back. So let's see, I need to go down that way. So let's get this guy out here. And then we're still actually pretty decent to accelerate. I think our efficiency for acceleration only dropped by about half. So that's still really good. And then we'll align ourselves here and slow ourselves back down. Get ourselves somewhat close to that point there. And then we'll just go for it. So at a full speed, it'll take us about 3 minutes to get there. I don't want to go full speed because the odds of me actually well, no, you know what? I will go full speed. I want to get there quicker. Okay. Yeah, so that was another mayday over on that side this time, and I think there's another one back over there. So there's a couple of maydays out here. Once I get my, I guess, space station base built, I should be able to go and collect those, maybe, hopefully, we'll see. But I would like to get a ship with shields first. So that way I can go in there with a ship with a built-in repair system, hooked up in there with shields. So I can go through, take the bullet fire, get really, really close, and then just break down all of the guns, like, right away. And then I'm left with a pristine ship that I can then just transport back, you know, as needed. Okay, so we've used 34% of our hydrogen so far. And then we're going to use more to slow down, so that might bring us down another 6%. And then dropping into the planet, it might take another 20%, including like the slowdown and all that other fun stuff. So I'm thinking we should be at about 40% by the time that we actually touch down. And then I'm also going to be testing out our slowdown capabilities. I think all of the thrusters that I have on the bottom will be enough just to keep this thing nice and level. But if for whatever reason they're not, I can always tip up slightly and then also get the large hydrogen thrusters on the back to also help me slow down if I need to. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to need to. I think everything should be pretty good. I mean, we're at 185,000 kilograms, but I think if you run out the numbers, I think we're still actually good with the thrust. And I can always check that. But yeah, I mean, just going off of past experience, I didn't actually calculate it out, so this could end terribly. But I think we should be okay. And then I'm going to give myself a full kilometer to slow down because we are very heavy, like I said. And then we'll get ourselves aligned with that point, and then we'll just drop straight down. Okay, and actually I'm going to start slowing down now. I think 1 kilometer might not be enough. Let's test it out though. 50%, 35%, 25%. Hey, what do you know? That is pretty good. That's like 1 kilometer almost on the nose. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. Okay, so let's get ourselves a little closer. There's our big, beautiful Earth-like planet. And that asteroid looks like it's in gravity. That might be an interesting place to put a base, potentially. Anything else? Maybe that one right there might be in gravity. Maybe not, though. That one looks huge, though. And then over here, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, so there's that rating station. I guess it must have just popped in. And then we still haven't hit gravity yet. We shouldn't hit gravity. We should actually end up slightly above this point, and then I'll just drop straight down from there. So if I'm lucky, that rating station is going to send in a bunch of little tiny drones that all have ion thrusters, and they're all going to die upon re-entry, which means that I could potentially have a lot of scrap and a lot of thrusters to pick up. So we'll see how that works. Let's see, we're at 64% hydrogen. That's not bad. I definitely needed the 2 tanks with this particular ship. I think having just the one probably wouldn't have cut it. Alright, so we'll slow down. And then we'll try to get ourselves a little closer. This time we'll just do this kind of manually. I know that this is not very efficient with our hydrogen usage. Okay, so let me tip up, and then we'll see where we are. And I want to get, let's see, kind of want to get this centered on the planet, I think. It looks pretty centered. Get this roughly in the center of the ship. Okay. And then we'll just start dropping down. So once I pass this point, I should be in planetary gravity, which means I'll get an artificial horizon. Okay, so there is our artificial gravity, or planetary gravity, I should say. Okay. So that'll put us right there. Turn the dampeners off and let ourselves be kind of sucked down. Actually, I can't even tell if that's moving. No, it's not even moving. Okay, so I guess 0.05% gravity, or just 5% gravity, isn't enough to actually get us moving. So let's give it a little bit of a help. Drop ourselves down. There we go. And now we just have the long descent. And we're at about 46 minutes in the video, so this should maybe end on time. Let me get this going a little bit faster. Did I ever tell you that I once flew between planets, like without a jump drive? It took me like 14 hours. It was a lot. Okay, so we should be doing pretty good so far. And then I'll try to stop myself at 50%. Not a full stop, obviously, but just to make sure that it does slow down. Then I'll do it again at 75% gravity, and then once we hit 100% gravity, then I'll try it again. And as long as we can slow down in 100% gravity, then we should be good to go as far as weight and thrust goes. But if the slowdown is very, very slow, that means that we are pretty much near the limit of what our thrusters can handle. So we're just going to have to take it as it comes, I guess. And then we are a little off with our horizon, so I think we'll probably be ending up, let me see what's down there. Can I see the lake yet? Not really. Like, I know it's down there, but I can't really, oh wait, yeah, I can. Okay, I think that's the lake right there. So we might end up coming down more like on the top of the mountain versus, you know, right into, you know, the end of the road mine. But that's fine. I should be able to kind of navigate as we're going. And there is something, hold on, let me get the headlight out of the way. Or is that just an artifact that I was seeing? But yeah, I saw something kind of glittery over there. So I'm not sure if that was actually something, or maybe it was just the light being weird. Could be the light being weird, I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking it was probably the light being weird. And then let's turn that off. Yeah, so you can see the lake there. And then, so lake is here. So we are actually falling pretty much right where we need to fall. So we should be ending up probably basically in this general direction, which should be a very quick flight back to the end of the road base. And then we have all of this platinum, which is a lot of platinum. And we're at 22% gravity. And then if for whatever reason I can't slow down, actually I should probably start testing that, honestly. Okay, yeah, we're good. And the slowdown was actually pretty fast, so I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll test again at 50% gravity. And then depending on where we're falling, it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, I mean, I just like the outline of this ship. I think it looks pretty cool. Okay, so we can see the lake a little better now. And we can actually see the bridge down there. So end of the road mine is basically right there, and then the bridge extends out this way. And that is the base of the mountain base right there. And then if we change this around, we can see the hydro crane right there. So that pipeline that I made goes from here all the way over to here, so that's actually really, really long. And then we're trying to get from here, and I think this kind of ends about right there. No, it ends right there. And we still need to get all the way over here, and also down a lot too, so that's going to be fun. Okay, so we're at 51%, and we can still slow down very, very quickly. And then we'll test this again at 75% gravity. So we're at 56, 57, 58, 60%. Yeah, and you can see we're landing pretty much right on target, which is great. Okay, 71, 72, 73, 74, okay, 75. We can still slow down pretty quickly. And then once we hit 100% gravity, then I'll slow down all the way. Or at least somewhat all the way. I'm going to test it at 90% too, just to make sure. Ooh, we are much slower. We are much, much slower. Ooh. Ooh, I don't like this. Let's tilt up a little bit. Get ourselves a little bit more. This could be bad. This could be very bad. I need to give myself more room. Okay, where are we versus everything else? Yeah, I don't even know if we're going to slow down in time, honestly. Let me tilt up a little bit. Get myself a little bit straighter. Okay, we're still at 2.5 kilometers off of the surface right here, so we should still have a decent amount of room to slow down. And we are in 100% gravity here, and we are still slowing down, so that is good. But we are using up a lot of our hydrogen. I'm kind of thinking it might be a good idea to put some atmospheric thrusters on here. Okay, and we are completely stopped now. Okay, so good to go. Whew, that was a little nerve-wracking. Okay, so we need to go this way. Ooh, let's get ourselves straight. And then we need to get back there with just 39% of our fuel. And I need to be very, very careful about descending because it does take a long time to slow down. We're at 34% hydrogen. We are still slowing down. Okay, so I think we'll be okay. 31% hydrogen. This is kind of nerve-wracking. I mean, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be like 100% fine. But yeah, I think some atmospheric thrusters would probably be a really good idea. And then let's drop it down very slowly. 25% hydrogen. Ooh. Yeah, we definitely need to put some atmospheric thrusters on here. Ooh, that's way too fast, way too fast, way too fast. Let's just just land on the bridge for now. Oh, no, I think we'll be fine. We are very, very heavy. 18%. 17%. So I was definitely wrong on my hydrogen usage, but at least I wasn't wrong on my thrust, which is kind of the most important thing. But yeah, you can see how long it takes us to slow down. We are very, very, very heavy. Okay, now we need to move. Come on. All right, so we need to move over to the right. 11% hydrogen. Eesh. Oh my god, way too fast, way too fast. Holy, nope, backwards. Okay, there we go. Okay, lock, off, recharge, turn off the reactors. Whew, down to 8% hydrogen. Okay. Holy crap. But hey, we made it. So I'm gonna grab some of the water out of here. And then also I need to, no, that's already off. So why is everything kind of bouncing around? It's weird. Okay, so that, let me grab a bunch of the water out of here. Cause, ooh, actually, no, let's put in 100 water. Grab 100 water. Why is this bouncing? We can grab 100 water out of here, 100 water out of here, 100 water out of there. Okay. I don't know why that's bouncing, but it is. And it makes me nervous. Okay. So now the next thing that I need to do is get all of that out. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, so I think that'll actually cover us for this episode though. We're just slightly under an hour, so it actually did turn out quite nicely. I am going to throw some atmospheric thrusters in here. I don't know where I'm going to put them. Maybe right in here, in these two spots. But then again, I need that. But yeah, just having some atmospheric thrusters on here just to sort of slow us down a little bit when we are fully loaded like that, I think would be a really good idea. And then, oh, I need to be careful about this thing. These are good out to 4 blocks, but this is right in that block. And why is this thing bouncing so much? I don't know, maybe it's just because it's heavy? I don't know. But that is our platinum run with our new ship. It was a successful run. Little nerve-wracking, little nail-biting in a couple of places there, but we managed to do it, so I'm pretty happy about that. And yeah, so that's the episode. Hopefully you guys liked it. And if you did, be sure to tune in for the next one. So that's all I got. So I'll see you next time. Have a good one.